Hello, good day everyone. You are welcome to introduction and the presentation of human resource management with Power Enterprise. The application Power Enterprise is an ERP enterprise resource package in which there is a payroll and HR module which can be used to manage employee information and at the same time process salaries and wages, and at the end generate useful reports. Olalekan, which is my name. I work with Active Services Lagos, and we are business partner with PowerSoft Integrated Solutions. We market, we support, and we implement Power Enterprise ERP. Without wasting much of our time, there is need to look at what Power Enterprise contains. As I have said earlier, Power Enterprise is an ERP which is basically an accounting software, and aside that it contains other modules, other add-on modules, in which the payroll and HR module is included. In this training, we will be looking at the functionalities embedded in the payroll and HR module, what we can use the payroll and HR module for, how we can use it to manage employee information, process salary, generate useful reports. The Power HRM, basically what it does is it was basically designed to manage employee information, process salary in terms of compensation, that is employee settlement, strategize in terms of planning using the available information, the available employee information to plan ahead, such that management decisions can be made when such informations are analyzed for them. The features on Power HRM includes employee information management. The Power HRM has the capability to collect employee information and store them securely. Such information can be retrieved at any time, probably for updating in case there's changes. Also, it has a payroll management functionalities whereby you can use it to process employee salary, you can use it to process employee wages, you can use it to process tax, process pension, even loan and all that. As it has a separate functionality for loan, which we tag as loan management, and also has a leave management submodule, which you can use to monitor your employee leave, annual leave, quarterly, and any other leave as indicated. Then it also has appraisal management, where you can set up appraisals, set up key performance indicator, then set up appraisals, then do the appraisals accordingly. In addition to the Power HRM, there is Power Sales Service also, which is a standalone module designed to work hand in hand with the Power HRM. But on this training, I will not be going into much detail on Power self-service. It's just that I have just to mention it. When I talk about employee information management, the process flow as indicated here is telling us that when the company gets a new employee, that new employee information will be registered on the Power HRM module. All the relevant information concerning that employee will be registered, after which the information will be reviewed and approved. After approval is done, then you can now start processing employee transactions like process his salary, process any other deduction, process disciplinary, process loan and all that. Those are what we tag as employee transactions. Then after that, we can now talk about managing the employee information, updating it, remove the one that have resigned or that is appointment has been terminated. That is basically employee management. Without wasting much of our time, I have to log on into the Power ERP application to see what we have. Good. Now I have logged on into the application. This is the Power ERP application. These are the modules in which Power HRM, which is represented with payroll and HR module, is. Employee information management, salary preparation is being managed using this module. It is a complete ERP package that contains several functionalities. Most of the modules here, they are basically accounting modules. But in this particular training, we'll be concentrating on the Power HRM, which is represented as payroll and HR here. So I'm going to click it. When I click it, I'm going to see the content here. Starting from the first menu here, I have setup. The setup menu here we do the normal setup like the company name. I can enter the company name here. If I come to enter and view company policy, if I edit, company setup. I can enter company setup here. Then I'll enter company name as it is here. Then all the details of the company. I'm going to input them. So this is basically setup. This setup will have been done by the system administrator or the implementer. The implementer in the sense that the person or the personnel that implement the payroll for the organization. Under setup, we also set up academic information, course type, qualifications, qualification type, grade type, institution, and all that. In all these ones, they are there in order to have a complete information of an employee. Whereby, so that when you are registering an employee, you will be able to pick the course that the employee studied in school. But if you do not create that course here, you will not be able to see the list. You will not be able to see it. You can see this one is one course. Let me just remove this one. If I want to add another one, I can click here. Then I will say maybe banking and finance. So banking and finance, and I click OK. Same thing for qualification class, qualification type, grade type, institution, the university, then enter organization information. Organization information is basically for work experience where the employee has worked before. Then aside the academic setup, we also have a personal setup. Here we create recruitment criteria, cost center, department type, locations, activity, job class, HR reasons, category designations, and all that. You can also see language, nationality. If you click on language, you'll be able to see the language that have been created. So should there be need to update an employee data with any of this information, if the information is not created here as a master data, then it will not be available for picking when that employee is being registered on the application. So all this setup must be in place before the application cannot be used by the end user. Then aside the personal information, we also have financial information. Financial information deal with master data, master information that needs to be created at the point of setting up the application. For example, payment type. Payment types, they are the various payment types which an employee is entitled to either as a payment or a deduction. This is very important for salary preparation, and you can see basic housing, tax, pension, transport, other pay, other deduction. So there are two types of payment types. They are just either it's a payment or it's a deduction. So a payment is represented by P, while deduction is represented by D. To add another payment type, you just have to come to set up financials, enter payment types, then click on the new button here. Let me assume I want to add medical. Then I can come here and say, okay, medical. Medical description, medical. Attribute is telling us is it a payment or a deduction. This one is a deduction. Or let me say it is a payment. Then operator is usually if the payment type you are creating is depending on the value of another payment type. Then we use the operator, then we have to input the percentage at which you want the application to use in calculating the value for the payment type you are creating. Say for example, if medical is 10% of basic, I can now come here after I select the multiplication sign as the operator, and I'll say okay, 10%. Then after that, then employer percent. Employer percent is basically for some deduction like pension, in which when an employee contributes, the employer will also contribute. So employer pay is almost skipped for payment types apart from pension. It's only pension that will have employer percent, which is 10%. The pay type GL account is probably when you want to link the pay type to a GL account. So like at the end of salary preparation, you want system to generate a journal that can be used to post into the GL. The employer GL account, this one is depending on what is here. Maybe the employer contribution you want to go to another GL account, then that will be selected here. Then the employer GL account expense. So these are basically accounting in terms of if you select an employer GL account here, that account will be credited. Then where do you want the system to debit? You now select the employer GL account expense. And the GL account where you want system to debit. with the employer contribution. Then status is telling us that is this particular payment type, is it a rateable, statutory, or voluntary? Rateable is a type of payment type in which you calculate it based on rate. Let's say, for example, for casual workers who work maybe who is being paid per hour. So if he works for let's say 300 hours in a month, then you have 300 multiplied by whatever figure. So that kind of transaction will be rateable. But if the payment type is a must for the employee to collect it at the end of the month, or is a must for the employee to pay it, that is a must that amount of money must be deducted from the employee's salary, then that transaction is statutory. That means it's a must. Just like basic salary. Basic is a statutory, housing is statutory, transport is statutory. Then you have voluntary. Voluntary is simply non-statutory payment types. Non-statutory payment types. That is not having said that, like, for example, let me say, overtime. Overtime is non-statutory. Productivity allowance is non-statutory. That is voluntary. So those are the three basic types of payment types. Then medical is statutory. In this case, it's not voluntary. Then sort order is empty. You have to just leave it blank for now. Then when the time meets, then we can now come back to it because it requires some other information in order to get the full functions of the sort order. On payroll, what it's telling us is, do you want this particular payment type you are creating to appear on payslip? If you want it to appear, then you check the on payroll option there. Then accrued is taxable, prorate, ignore hourly rate, is billing item, show balance on payslip. Accrued is if you are not paying this particular payment type anytime, you just want system to be accruing it, such that when the time that you want to pay it reach, they cannot go to the system and get the figure. That is accrued. Then is taxable, like this medical, I'm going to make it taxable. If you check this, it means you want the particular payment type you are creating to be taxable. If you did not check it, system will ignore it when calculating tax. Then prorate. Proration will be applied if you check this prorate option. Proration will be applied on this payment type. But if you do not check it, system will ignore it. You do not prorate it. Proration is when you want system to reduce a monthly salary by certain number of days. Say the number of days in a month, let's say is 28 days, and the employee only work for 20 days. So you want system to only pay the employee for 20 days. So system will now have to reduce each 28 days payment. It has to reduce it by 28 multiplied by 8. So it has to spread the value to each of the payment type in which you have activated provision for. Ignore hourly rate. This one is if the payment type is rateable. Is billing item. This one is basically for if you are linking it with a customer. Then show balance on payslip. Show balance on payslip is telling us if you want the accrued payment, the accumulated figure to appear on payslip. Like say this month you paid 20,000 naira for medical, next month you pay another 20,000 naira You want it to be showing a balance of 40,000 next month's payslip. So that's what this one is saying. If you not check it, still it will not show the balance on the payslip. If to say that this particular payment type depends on another one, then you will not be making mistake by clicking here. Or let me say it's expected you have to click on this new line in order to have the primary or dependent payment type here. Like say for example, if this particular payment type is depending on basic, I can click here and I'll select basic here, basic salary, and I'll save. But don't forget, I have to come here and say, okay, what percentage? Okay, 10% of basic is what I'm paying as medical. That is what this one is saying. 10% of this basic is what I'm paying as medical. You can as well add more line, like basic housing transfer, just in case of pension. Let's assume we are creating pension. I can say, let's say pension. I'll say, okay, pension is a deduction. And I'll say, okay, what is the percentage? 8%. Employee is contributing 8%, while the employer is contributing 10%. So, and I will say, okay, 8% of what? Of basic housing transport. That means I need to add housing and transport here. First of all, I will edit this. Then select the operator as plus because it's an addition. What this one is saying is that I must pick 10% of the summation of basic housing and transport. I must pick the 10%. We want system to pick 10% as employer contribution and 8% of the summation of basic housing and transport as the employee contribution. That's why I have to come here, then I'll click on new line again. And I'll add housing. Let's say plus new line. Let's say transport. Save. This one has changed into back to pension. Deduction 8%, employer 10%. Then don't forget, the deduction is not always taxable, so I have to remove this. All this must have been done by the implementer. It is not for the end user to be doing this, except if there is an additional payment type after the application has been implemented. Let's say after the year has been implemented, you have been using it to process salary for months, years, and the manager now decides that they want to be paying staff productivity allowance. Let's say productivity allowance as a statutory. Like maybe they want to pay staff 5,000 every month. So you can now come here to add the productivity, just as I'm going to do now. So I'm going to say productivity, I check productivity allowance payment. So okay, since it is flat, it's not depending. I'm going to put one here. It's not depending on this, so let me delete this 3. So let me redo it. Productivity payments. I'm going to put one here. I think it's statutory. Yeah, I'm going to make it taxable. Yeah, I'm just going to click on OK. That's all. Once I click on OK, it will be added as part of the payment type. Look at it here, productivity. So that's basically how to add the payment types. Apart from payment types, in the financials, we have currencies, groups. We have currency denominations. These ones, they are there by default. We don't usually do much here, do anything we don't do here. Then group types. In the setup, here is where we set up the group, like how you group your employee. In this particular implementation, we have the management staff, staff that are grouped into management, finance, factory, and marketing. These are basically the grouping available in this particular implementation. Then apart from grouping, we have work rotation types, billing mode, bank. This is where we set up employee banks. These are the banks available these are the banks being used by the employees in this particular implementation. So that when salary is prepared, you can be able to produce a bank schedule. So these are the bank information that will be used in the preparation of the bank schedule. Apart from this, we have a PFA, loan and leave types. PFA is pension fund administrator. Here we set up each PFA with their ID. Here we have Leadway, we have AICO, Anchor, IBTC, and all that. So that when you prepare salary, you'll be able to have a pension schedule. The pension schedule will be prepared with the information that is here. If a new PFA comes, or an employee is using a new PFA which is not existing here, then you have to come here to add the PFA. It's just like 2 or 3 lines. I don't know if some lines. Put the ID of the PFA, put the name, the address, phone number, and all that. Then click on the OK to save the PFA. Then aside that, there is loan. Here we set up the various types of loan that the company gives to staff, like car loan, mortgage loan, and all that. We set them up here, then including the leave type, the types of leave that the company gives to staff, like maternity leave, casual leave, annual leave, sick leave, and all that. This is where we set them up. Then tax. Tax is being set up in the tax menu here. Here we set up the standard. All these ones, they are technical setup, which I'm not going to be dwelling much on. The setup here drives the tax computation. The tax that is being paid by employee at the end of the month. The setup that is done here is the one that drives the perfect computation of the tax for each employee. Then we have ledgers. This one will give us the list of GL accounts. So basically, in the setup, those are the things we have there. Then aside setup, they will have functionalities like recruitment. When the company decides to recruit, that recruitment must be approved by the board or the management of the company. Then the HR is given a go ahead either to publish in a newspaper or in any media to publicize the available vacancy. Then the HRO personnel is expected to come here to register the recruitment. Registration of recruitment on the application is important in the sense that you can be able to attach the employee to the recruitment in which they will be employed through. So that is the essence of the recruitment. That's the purpose of registering recruitment on the application. They enter and view contract. This one is basically for contract staff. The types of contracts that an employee came into through it, then is expected to be registered here. So having done all the necessary setup, then the next thing is to now come to create new employees. Creation of new employees will happen when a new employee joins the organization and his file is the relevant information from such employee has been collected. So the human resource personnel must come to this menu to register the employee information. When you come here, you click on the new button, then the employee data form page will open. Here, these are the forms. This is the first tab. This is date, this is personnel, this is account. All this, they have different functionalities. Like here, you have to supply the ID of the employee. ID in the sense, let me say the ID is this. This is the name of the company I'm implementing, for example, slash, let me say the year that it came in with 2020, slash, then the serial number or recruitment ID, let me say 44, that's the recruitment number, then the serial number, let me say 23. So this is the employee unique ID. So after entering this, then who is this employee reporting to? You select the person the employee is reporting to. Yeah, let me say it's reporting to administrative manager. Then who is going to approve this employee? Because when you remember the flow, to say a new employee information will be recorded, then that information will be reviewed and approved. So who is going to approve such information? That's the person you are selecting here. Then title, is he an elder? Is he a doctor? Is he an allergy? Is it Mr. The username, this username is basically the username this employee will be using to log into the self-service. That is, if the self-service is activated. So I can say, okay, his username is Jennifer. His surname, what's his surname? Let me say, his surname is Matthew. Then his first name is Jennifer. Then other name is Janet. Of course, it has to be active, so there's nothing you can do in this. Then address, that is the house address where he's living. Let me say flat 7, house 84. First act, Lagos. Postal address, flat 7, house 84. First act, Lagos. Country, into Nigeria. Mobile phone 234, or let me just choose it like this. Home phone, if you ask home phone. Office phone, if you ask, then you put it. Fax, if the employee has, you put the fax. Email address, let me say Jennifer at gmail.com. Employee category, it depends. If the setup requires that the employee be broken down into categories, that means the category must have been created in the setup here where we have the personnel. Yeah, the category must have. If the category is not created, then that's why you will not see anything here. Department, we have the department. Let me assume it's an administration department. Then designation, admin officer, job class. The same thing with job class. If job class is created, then you can select the job class. Yeah. After this, then you can go to date tab. There you input the date of birth of the employee. Let me say his date of birth is 1979, April 1. 1979, April 1st. Date of employment, we are employing him on April 1st, 2020. The date of confirmation, he has not been confirmed yet, so you have to leave it blank. Last promotion date, you leave it blank because you don't know. Then pension scheme registration date, you leave it blank since you don't know the date you register for pension. If you know, then you select the date and you put it. Last salary date, it is assumed that he collected his last salary at the end of the previous month, which is 31st April 2020. He's joined this organization on the 1st, that means he collected his last salary on 31st April 2020. So after this one has been inputted, then you go to personnel. Personnel, in order to register other details, other personal information like gender, is it a male or female? Female. Marital status, married. Nationality, Nigeria. State of origin, you have to select, is it about the state origin? Then select one. Local government area, that is if it's done under the setup. If you input all the local government area of the country here, then you can be able to select local government area. Then geographical area, the same thing with geographical area. Then payee state. Payee state is the state where you are remitting the staff tax to. If the staff is working in Bauchi, his family is here in Bauchi, and you remit his tax to Bauchi. If you are remitting his tax to Lagos, then you have to select Lagos and others, depending on where you are remitting the employee's tax to. The language, which language does he speak? English. Location. If location is set up, here, where you have locations. Now you want to know the location of the employee, where you will be working. Then call center, if you are attaching him to a call center, then you have to select one. Activity type. All this is to determine the type of work the employee is doing. And activity type is usually entered here. If you have them registered here, then you can be able to select it. Notes. If it's a disabled employee, you have to check this. Then notes. If you have any other notes concerning this employee, then you include the notes here. Then after that, you go to accounts. From there, you have to select the group name. Remember, I mentioned group. That if you classify your employee based on certain similarity, like those in management staff, those in management, then those in finance, those in factory, those in marketing. So this guy now, this person you are creating, you say okay, is a management staff. Select management. Work rotation, then bank. Which bank are you paying the salary into? Let me say it is Access Bank. Where is the bank address? The bank head office address. You put it. Okay, Victoria. Bank account type. If it is a bank, then you put bank here. But if the employee is collecting cash, then you type cash here. That means there's supposed to be a cash bank here, cash. Then I type cash here. But the what is what is telling us is basically that you should be able to differentiate it. Bank account are like, is it current savings or cash? For current or savings, you can represent it by putting bank here. Then cash, say cash. Then this one say bank. Beneficiary name, that is the account name in the bank. Then account number. Bank reference number, some banks have reference, then also the routing number. You put the bank routing number. Bank sub code. Old pay. This one is basically used if you want to hold the employee salary, you want to hold his pay. You can come here to activate it. The system will hold the salary until you come to remove it. Then currency. PFA. Which pension fund administrator is collecting his pension? Then let me say it's ICO. Then PFA number, then base amount is telling us what is his gross. Let me say we want to be paying him 150,000. And after you do all this, then you click on request approval. By clicking on request approval, it means you are sending it to the approval personnel you selected for approval. So let me click request approval. You can see it has gone for approval. To approve it, the approval authority must log in. Then go to payroll and HR. From there, you locate approve new employees. The employees' information will be there, then is expected to edit it. Scan through, go through all the entries to make sure that everything is correct. Then click approve. After approval, then click on OK. So basically, the employee information has been registered successfully. So the next thing is to now say, okay, after registering the employee, after approving it, then what's the next? The next is to process employee transactions, like process his salary. If he has additional payment, you have to process it. If he has a deduction for that month, you have to process it. Then any other thing, loan, deactivation in the sense that when an employee leaves, you remove him from the system. So that's basically what employee transaction entails. Then approve employee transaction. Some of transactions, we write the ones that are voluntary and rateable transactions. They are subjected for approval. Then after which, then you process the salary. After that, you generate reports. Generate various reports. Salary schedule, bank schedule, pension schedule, tax schedule, differentials, variance reports, employee count, employee master information. Then after which, you can now roll over into the new month. All things being equal. You have generated reports, you have sent the bank schedule to the bank have paid, nobody complained. Then you wait till you enter the new month, then you now roll over to the new month. So let me see if you can be able to run salary for the existing staff that have been approved on the system. To see the list of staff that you have on the application or that you have registered, then you can come to edit and view approved employees. If you click it, you can be able to see them either here in the personal details or in the financial details. Let's check what you have here, the personal details. In the personal details, you should be able to see the employee you have there. I have this man, only this one, the one I registered. That's the only one I have there. And you can see the information. If you want to see the detailed information, you can click on the edit button to see the detailed information of the employee. This is where you attach the employee picture. If you click it, it takes you to where you pick the picture. Let me see. Let me look for a picture. Let me say this. I click on update. You can see the picture. Here. I click on close. If you click on edit, you should be able to see the picture here. You can see this here. This is the employee picture, for example. Then you click OK. Here, this one is for ID card. If you click this, you'll be able to see the sample ID card for the employee, which can be printed as a look at the Wiki Food Limited. This can be customized further to represent the ID card to be printed for the employee. All the information necessary is there. You can as well add another page that will serve as the back page, the back side of the ID card. So this is basically what the ID card is. Then aside this, then let's go to edit financials to see what we have there. Under the edit financials, you see you cannot see picture, but you can see payslip. Here you can be able to generate payslip for this particular employee. If you click it, you will see the payslip by when you select the date. Just select any date in the month in which you want to generate the payslip. Click payslip. If the salary has been prepared for that month, the payslip will display. But now you can see it's showing blank because salary has not been prepared for this month. If you want to change anything in the accounts, that is in the financials of this employee, then you can click on the edit. If you want to change his name, then you have to go to, maybe I want to change any details, maybe his name, any of these details, then you have to do that under the personal details. But if you use the edit financial, it's the financial information you can change or you can amend or update. So by going to accounts tab, then you'll be able to add the financials of the employee. Financials in the sense that, let's assume from this 150,000, basic is 30%. So let me click on here. Say basic. I'm populating the employee financials now. 30% of the base amount. So I'm come here and go to select base value and I'll put the rate here 30. I have to make it taxable and active. I'll click on save because basic is taxable, and if I do not make it active, system will not calculate salary for it. So I click on save. Then let me add another one. Let me add basic housing and transport. Housing, let me say housing is also 30%. Base value 30%, taxable, active, save. New line again to add transport. Base value. Limit transport is 20%. I click on save. And I click on new line again. Let me say productivity 20%. Base value 20%. Active, taxable then active. Save. And I'll have pension. Let's say pension. Pension, I will not select base value because pension is depending on basic housing and transport. So I'm going to say pension is defined compensation. It's not taxable, but I will make it active. I'll click on save. And I'll click on upload. The first time I click on upload, the validation will occur. You can see. So I have to click the upload again so that it can validate all. As you can see, this is the pension. 9,600, being 8% of basic housing and transport. Then this is the pension employer. So I'm going to click on OK to save the changes. So now, let me assume that there is a voluntary transaction. Say the voluntary transaction, let me see if you have any payment types that is voluntary. You can remember I can check down from here, financials, enter payment types. I have transport method. Okay, I have order pay and order deduction as voluntary. Let me say this order pay. I want to process 10,000 naira as order pay for the staff. Then that one I can do from here. Transactions. I'll come to payroll and HR. Transactions. Financials. Then I'll go to pay type monthly transactions. Okay, pay type monthly transactions. These are the two voluntary transactions. Any payment type you created that is a voluntary transactions, like voluntary payment type will appear here. So I want to process for order pay. I'm going to edit order pay. And I'll click on new line. I will add the staff. I'll select him. Basis, I will say flat amount because it's not depending on anything. Flat amount, how much? 10,000. Of course, I'm going to tax it. Period 1. Period is how many times do you want the system to pay this 10,000 to this staff. If you pay once, that is this month. If you put 2 here, for example, then you want the system to pay 10,000 naira as order pay to this staff this month and next month. So I'm going to put one that is only for this month. I don't want the system to prorate it. I'll click on active. And if you want the system to prorate it, you can check prorate. Alright. I click on OK. Then OK also here. So I registered 10,000 naira as order pay to this employee. So the next I will do now is to process the salary for all the employees. How do I do that? At the end of the month or at the end of the day, when you have finished capturing all the employee transactions, then you have to come to payroll process. Then you look for end month processing. Click it. You can see there are some informations here. Enterprise pay calculation runs a maintenance check on all your payroll transactions Validate and update them. Make sure all transactions have been completed successfully and screens close before running through the process. Click Next to continue or End to exit the big application utility. So I'm going to click on Next. If you click on there, you have to wait for it to show you the Next button. Next is moving fast because I only have one employee there. If you have a voluminous number of employees, then it's going to take some time before it finishes. As it is now, it has processed the salary for the employees. So how am I going to check that? I can check that by checking the reports, or let me quickly check that by looking at the payslip of the employee. So I can do that if I go to Edit Financials. Let me click on payslip. I want to check payslip for April, so I can click on payslip. So as you can see, the salary has been prepared. This is the payslip. This is the name of the staff. This is the department, basic salary, all of them. You can see the other pay here, the one I run. That's why it's going to become 160,000. See pension and see tax. This is tax. This tax seems to be incorrect. The tax is supposed to be more than this, but this has to be. This must have something to do with setup, which I will have to check later on. I will use the kind of troubleshooting, but this one is a little thing. It can be done. But mind you, if the system is not calculating tax, it's either the tax setup is not done perfectly or something is wrong in the employee setup when the employee information is being registered. So basically, this is how we process. This is how we use the Power HRM to process the employees' salaries and register information. So far, what we have done, we have been able to create a staff, explain all the information required to register a staff into the application. We've also explained the various setup information needed for registering the staff. We've also explained how you can update staff information, and I've also explained how you can process salary, how you can process voluntary salary, how you can add employee financials, that is basic housing and the rest, then how you can generate payslip. I also talked about how you can add payment types and other master informations. So now let me look at the various types of report you can generate. To generate a report, you have to click on the report module. The report module contains series of reports. Then after that, you click on payroll and HR. Then you click on payroll report. There you see series of reports there. But the one I'm going to show you now is the pay analysis report. You have pay analysis report 1, 2, 3, payment and deduction summary, deduction analysis. Let me look at this to see what we have there. If you click it, you now select the period, the date you want to view. The date, I want to view April. Just select any date in that month. If it's March, you have to go back there and select March. Then click preview. So this is basically the payment and deduction analysis. As you can see, this is how I will have it for all the employees. At the end of the day, I'm going to have the grand total at the bottom. You can see the position, department. Look at the net pay. This is pension, this is pay, this is gross. Aside that, we also have bank report, bank schedule. This particular one is not displaying. Let me look at bank analysis. Good. This is Access Bank. If you have more than one employees using Access Bank, you see their serial number, they will all line up here, and you see the grand total. That is what is going to be paid from Access Bank. You see the total. Likewise, other banks. This is the bank schedule. All these reports can be customized further to reflect exactly how the organization or how the user wants it. Then aside it, we also have pay type reports. Here you can be able to select the pay type you want. Let me say basic between a particular period and a particular period. You click on preview, it will show you the basic salary you paid. And if you select any other payment type, you also see. Aside that, we also have loan reports, pension report. Let me go to pension, annual pension report. So look at the pension reports. 9,000. This is April. But nothing was done in January, February, March, April. Like that. The monthly pension. This is the monthly pension. So this person, this is the PFE number. This is the employee contribution. This is the employer contribution. This is the total. So, reconciliation report. This one will show you what you paid. Is comparing previous month and current month and showing you difference. That's basically what this report is showing. Since we did not process anything in the previous month, so this one will only show us for current month. So to use this report, you just have to select the previous month and the current month and to display the report accordingly. So basically these are the reports. Or let me look at tax report before I move on. Monthly tax for this month. You'll be able to see the tax for each of the states. This is general tax annual tax analysis report. As you can see, so this is tax analysis. This is annual gross, total free pay, taxable income. This is how the tax was calculated. But the tax still have issue because this amount is not really correct for somebody earning 150,000. But that can be checked from the sector. So with all these reports, don't forget all these reports can be customized and can be validated to suit the way the organization wants it. But these are basically the default reports. They are customizable, they are amendable. So if you want to generate group payslip, say you want to generate payslip for all the staff, you can come to edit financial, then you click on this. That's payslip, then you select the month, the date in the month you want, then you click on payslip. You can see this is a picture of the staff. This is the payslip. If you want to send it to the email address of the staff, you just have to click on email now. This will send the pay slips to each of the email addresses of the employee, of each employee rather. To use this email now, it means that you must have updated all the employee information with their correct email addresses. So let me close this. After you have done for the month, salary has been paid, and you have entered the new month. Like in this case now, we did. If you want to see, let's say for example, you want to see which month am I in, you can come here because payroll is run on monthly basis. You can come here to set up, then click on company policy, that is profile, click on profile, then company policy. You will be able to see the current period. Look at it. This is April. So you must, once you see this, you should know that you are processing salary for April. But if you now want to roll over, that is, you have entered May, for example, and you want to start processing salary for May, then you are supposed to do a rollover. A rollover is being done or must be done from here. If you go to payroll and HR, then you locate payroll process. Click on payroll process. As I've done now. And click on period end. This is period end. Click it. You can see the message say Power Enterprise period. Welcome. This utility closes your payroll transaction for the current period and rolls you over into a new period. Make sure your backup has been done before going through with this process. Then after you click on next, I don't want to do that now because the current period I have today's date rather is April 10, so I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to May. In fact, it's not going to even go. It's not going to allow me if I try it. You can see. So check your current period or system date. Period end can't be done. That means you must have entered the month before you attempt to do the period end. So let me click on end. So basically, this is what the Power HRM have to offer as far as the payroll is concerned. For other HR matter, HR human resource functions, appraiser, leave management, loan management, all those ones will be recognized in the next module of the training. Thank you very much. We'll see you again some other time, probably in the next module of the training, which will comprises of the appraiser, the loan management, and the leave management. Thank you once again and have a